Happy Women's History Month, everybody. You know we got to put on for the women. Hey, y'all, this is Alicia. And
Michaela Monique. What's up, guys?
yes, we are here today to, talk a little bit about being a woman, how we can march forth. So I'm going to start off with our words of affirmation. It is nothing can dim the light that shines from within. And that is no other than Maya Angelou. Period. Okay. So keep, shining that light from within. I'm so excited. It's Women's History Month. So all March, we're going to be doing a little, her stories and lessons and talking about women who have been paving the wave and stuff like that for us and things that we would like to do as well for the future. People are coming. The women who are coming up, the young girls who are coming up, having something that they can see that they know that they're able to achieve it as well. So I'm so excited. And this month we are also including her story. So we're going to be shouting out some Black millennial women that are doing the dang thing. So I will, give it to you so you can shout out the woman of the night or the episode.
Man, I feel like this generation's like women that are killing it. There's so many. It was actually really hard to kind of put them into one or two because we have
Mm.
women in so many different lanes from athletics, Simone Biles to music, Meg Thee Stallion getting a degree, and she killing it like in the music industry. So we have a lot of different examples of women that are really going for it and they're showing like hard work pays off. But a couple that I had in mind that I wanted to outline were first there was a young lady named Jaleesa Yvonne, and you guys may or may not have heard of her, but I'm gonna kind of give her backstory and why I feel like she really has become super successful I believe she's a millennial. I think she's 27, 28 as we speak. But basically, her story is she was working corporate in Dallas, Texas, I think in technology. And, she didn't really love it too much, but she understood that she had to, stay down till she came up. She got into influencing and YouTube, just kind of started sharing her life journey as well as her health and got into influencing, decided to take the leap.
Can I pause?
And I mean,
But I'm like,
fast
can I?
forward.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, can I pause you right there though? Because she started sharing her story online. The only reason why I really know this is because I just watched her YouTube episode. She does YouTube, she does Instagram and stuff like that. But people was really trying to comfort her, like, it's not a job, it's not a job, it's not a
Wow, I
job.
didn't know that.
But yeah, but she like stayed the course. So if whatever you are doing, I want to know. I want to let y'all know, like, if you have a passion for it, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Because now, like, people are making six figures off of influencing. Not that I want to be an influencer, but people were saying, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you're just posting on Instagram, you just post on Instagram. But now that girl got to quit her corporate job and she's making money for her and her family. So I just wanted to let that be known too as well. She did a Q&A on YouTube if y'all want to go check that out, how she started influencing and like how she was working two jobs. She drove like an hour and a half to go get her pictures done on the weekends and stuff like that. Like she was working with her people. So she like put in the work, as the people would say. As the
She was
millennials
definitely
say.
dedicated. Like she talked about how she fitted in. She would go to work 8 hours, then go film. Like it's kind of like it's an example of the fact that when we start off, a lot of times we do have to put in a lot of hard work. And then as time goes on, it'll pay off and kind of compound into, something bigger. But it was really aspirational how she did that. And I'm proud that she was able to like keep going through the naysayers because the internet can be nasty. Like and really kind of deter you. Even in the millennial and adulting space, this is still something that's kind of new, that's on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into it a few years ago, like there was nobody. Now I go back on YouTube and there's like adulting videos. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Something that was completely not cool is now, in. So, and that just tells you things are going to move with the time. So, like Alicia was saying, if you have a passion for it, just get into it. Don't worry about it. As a woman, staying 10 toes down in what you're passionate about because it will pay off. So fast forward, I believe she was in the 2020 or 2021 Forbes. She was featured for making more than $1 million as an influencer in brand deals. Like we're talking sponsorships
Okay.
with some big name companies.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just tells you how she's come such a long way.
Mm-hmm. And that's really interesting too because I personally don't even hear of her name that much. I know the people like Dana, but Dana, my sis is okay. She's another person, but she is getting trips, okay, and she ain't even no traveler like that. But I ain't gonna shade her though. And Maddie, but then also on that part, like it is really really great to see them doing their dang thing, but also how you were talking to me about it, how like she created a team from basically scratch. And I'm like, people are not really made like that because everybody is truly money hungry. And I'm not trying to say in a bad way because we know everything's going up, but like she created her team when she worked with like the person who was helping her look at her emails and stuff like that. Like that's her manager right now. Like that's not really how it started. The girl was just trying to help her out because she already did it. So sometimes it's like look for the people who are around you to try to help you. That is really hard because that is what I'm working on right now too. But also, if you see somebody that's really good at something, they want to try to, get better, but they're not as good as you would think they should be, or something like that. Maybe you can work and mold with them, and they can help you with your pictures. You can help them with something else. You can help them be more creative. So, just thinking about how you can use what you have, and that's what I do. Use what you have, use what you got to be able to create whatever you need to create. So, I think that is really important as well.
I agree. I think we need to give each other more grace. I mean, as women, we're gonna make mistakes in the entrepreneurial or passion projects and things that we do. And so as we're starting out, like we're still figuring it out. And so are other people. So are editors and I don't know, people that are doing blogs. They're not professionals
Yeah,
yet.
go to school.
We're only gonna get professional the more we do it. So if you
Yeah.
can find another girl to collaborate, and that's why I always say collaboration over competition any day. Like find someone else that has a similar goal as you, and y'all help each other get there, even if you're not doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shout your girl out. If you see something, somebody's looking for an editor, you happen to do that. Like send that person, your friend or the person you know's information because you never know how you can help them out. Like us as women, we have to look out for each other,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of network.
Yeah, actually, while I live in Atlanta, there's a lot of like vegan Atlanta restaurants or whatever. So my coworker actually took me to this vegan restaurant. Now I can't be telling y'all because y'all can't. I'm just playing, but it's called 87. It's a vegan restaurant, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm a content creator and stuff like that. And I was like telling her like, I was like, oh yeah, I do adulting. She was like, what's that? I say, yeah, that's why I don't do it no more because nobody know what it is. So it's like also, I mean, that's how my podcast started. So I do talk about adulting. I was like, life as a millennial, the transition that people really don't think about. Like, you might not know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur when you were younger. How did you learn that? Who did you look towards to? Who did you figure those things out? And so I'm like, that's what the podcast is for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to know what's going on. And so it's just thinking about that. Like, I'm helping people put on people on. I posted that on Instagram and like two or three people like asking like, oh, where'd you get that from? Or how'd you get that? Whatever. So it's all about working together to, try to make it a better place. And so I think that is interesting when you do try to find people and it's so hard to try to, mesh that together and like being so young in the game and stuff like that. I'm like, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not saying giving me my flowers, but you can give me my credit because I feel like I've been consistent. But people talking about they got 300 episodes. I'm like, whoo, child, 300. How y'all get so many episodes? But like it's really so hard. And so today I was trying to figure out like how can I market better? How can I do this better? Because I know like I don't market that well. But I'm like, that's something that I'm gonna have to do. And so it's like trying to work with other people, trying to figure it out. And that's really what she was doing. It's like teamwork really does make the dream work. But it's like, how do you build your team? I think that's one thing that I'm really trying to figure out how to do now. Because I wouldn't say I'm in my beginning stages, but I would say that I'm like kindergarten level, like I'm learning a little bit more. But I do feel like it's so hard. But seeing her, listening to what she did and stuff like that, it is kind of inspiring. But also, I don't know if you feel like this, but I feel like in the influencer realm, it's kind of hard to like be just like the single black woman. It's like you either got to be married so you can do like relationship content, or you got to have a kid, or I guess you have to do like comedy. Like I feel like that is where it's hard to try to thrive in that. And
Well, I will say a lot of the, big name companies, they do like lifestyle type stuff. And so that may be why our mom influencers are making a killing
mm,
because they're working with the pamper people, they're working with
mm,
the Similac, you know what I'm saying? So they're making a lot of money on that. But I think there's room for everybody to grow, even as just thinking as a single woman. Um, because I'm still not married yet, but as a single woman, just certain brands I can think of, or maybe like, I don't know, feminine products, clothes, just health, beauty, things of that sort. There is a lane for us. We just have to make it known that we want to be in that lane.
mm. I guess I'm trying to
And
figure it out. Yeah, like how to get into that lane.
I think really it's, posting and showing up on social media and showing the brands, kind of tagging them in like your regular posts and things like that to kind of get their attention.
But
And show them that, hey, like I've been down. Like me personally, I've been trying to work with this woman for like 3 years. And I just have a collage of pictures of me using their product. And I just want to like email them again and just be like, I've been down, like I've been with y'all. So
mhm.
give me a chance.
But
So
honestly, oh, what
mhm.
you gonna say? I know. Well, I'll say, but honestly, we can say that we can put a brand space, but honestly, you can create your own lane. So it's like you are kind of proving to them like this is that, but honestly, you can make your own lane. And we're gonna talk about two people, that made their own lane. First, the person that made their own lane was Issa Rae. She was like, I'm going to the school. I'm creating my own web series. She was in interns and stuff like that. She was working, and that's literally how she got her show on HBO. So she created her own lane, and people shade on YouTubers as well. But Queen Naija made her own lane. Like she was a YouTuber. I even watched. I remember I used to watch her videos towards the end, not like all the way, but I used to watch her videos. And she was in a relationship, and he cheated on her. It was embarrassing. It was all over YouTube. She literally created a song and became famous. Now she has like 9 million people on Instagram, and she has like almost 5 million followers on YouTube. Before she had like, I would say like a
She
million.
had less than 1,000 when she left her relationship. Like I remember when
Yeah.
she crossed over to 1 million on her personal page, on her
Oh,
personal
for
YouTube,
real? Oh, yes,
because
yes, yes.
he took the couple's
The
channel and
couple's channel.
turned.
Yes,
So
it
she
was like
started over, and
she
she
only
was
did
kind
a
of like
thousand.
that's how you know she held that weight. She
But
had the
everybody knew
sauce.
it was Queen, like yeah, but she could sing. But also now she was very talented. Well, I wouldn't say very talented. She had a gift. I don't know if she was like talented because she had a gift. Like she could sing, and she always wanted to sing and stuff like that. So I mean, but her turning from a YouTuber to singer, she never would have probably thought that her life would have turned out this way. And so that's why I'm like creating your own lane. So even if you want to, like Issa is probably writing. She created her own lane, do the web series, and that's one thing that I feel like is going to be different about me because at the end of the day, like I do want to get connected with brands, but kind of want brands to come to me. And so I was like, oh, I want to work with brands, because people don't be paying for it. But honestly, like I feel like I'm creating my own lane because I mean I do use brands. Like I don't know, am I gonna have like a a brand partnership with like a lotion company, Bath and Body Works? Now I do that when I do a Bath and Body Works. I love me some Bath and Body Works. I love me pillows, body pillows. So I can do that like type of lifestyle, like mirrors, like I really want to do like loungewear. So if some brands hear about that, but I might start my own one. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like I feel like I'm creating my own lane because I don't see like what I want. I'm kind of seeing it more now like on YouTube mainly, but like on Instagram and stuff like that. Like it's not really like that. It's just like okay, influencer, model or something like that. But it's not like it's like where are the women who are just chasing their dreams, just living, trying to figure it out. I feel like I guess I do follow a lot of mommy influencers, and that is the people who spend the money to buy things. So I'm just like, sometimes I feel like we're kind of left out, but maybe there really may not be that many people who are doing the type of content I'm doing. So,
Yeah, I would say partly that, but then also I think there's a beauty of being an influencer, but also still having your own products to release too. Like there's nothing wrong with and I think Jaleesa also did this. She's an influencer, but she also has her own website where she's selling digital products and things of that sort. And
mhm,
so it's kind of like, okay, when there aren't any opportunities in the influencer space, there's still your own products to advocate for. So you always have something to stand behind that you really feel strongly and passionately about. And I'm like, we're not disregarding any bags all 2022. So, you know, having both and they don't conflict, I think is a good option.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You definitely can have your own products, and I've been thinking about it more now because I'm like I've been doing this thing for a long time, so I'm thinking about doing more stuff now, and knowing that it's Women History Month. There's a lot of Black-owned women businesses and women businesses in general, but I feel like now women are more like, okay, I'm gonna have my own, I'm gonna do my own thing, like we rising and stuff like that. So I do kind of want to take that leap of like entrepreneurship and stuff like that, which I've taken the leap of like content creation, but I kind of want to, do that digital uh products bag and stuff like that, get that bag over there, just like I can create the life that I want to live. And I feel like as women, like we should be able to create the life we want to live. Some women, they don't want to work, they want to be stay at home wives. That's cool. Some women want to get a bag, some women want to travel. So I feel like we should create our own life and not be deemed to like what society thinks, that we should just be cooking and cleaning and cooking and bearing. But if that's what you
Yeah,
want to do,
that's definitely dead.
I
At
definitely
this point, the women who are winning, they have a cleaning service. They might have somebody that's meal prepping for them. I mean, it's just
what
about
am I
making
making
your
money
life as
for?
easy as possible.
What am I making money for if I can't spend it?
It's about making life as easy as possible and not doing the things that you actually don't want to
Don't
do
want
if
to
you
do. Yeah,
don't
I
want
don't want to
to.
cook. I don't want to clean, and I don't want to drive. So I need me a driver. Like it just feels so good getting dropped off. Boom, driver, and you can do so much stuff. Honestly, you can do so much stuff when you don't have to drive. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel. But I think those are two people who really show like how to create your lane. Is Issa Rae, now that she's stopping Insecure, which the last season went so fast. I'm not gonna talk about it, but it's okay. Now she's doing like rap.
I didn't even
The rap
hear about,
show
I
with
didn't know
Millennial.
that.
Yeah, she's doing like it's really called rap shit. And then she's doing another show, was like a reality, but like scripted reality. I don't know. I didn't watch that because it was called The Sweet Life of something. But yeah, so
Now I did see she played in a couple of like rom-com movies,
yes.
I think in 2020 or so, and those are pretty good. It was different to see her in that role because we're used to like, Issa,
Yeah, Issa Rae.
Issa rapping in the mirror. We're used to that.
Okay.
And
And now
just
she's on here like
unfiltered. And so seeing her in those like romantic roles, but at the same time, she's not turned down any bags either. She's not gonna close herself in a bubble. And she's open to whatever.
that's good too as well. So yeah, I think she did really good in Queen Naja. I like her because of her music. I like her music. I would say, and I don't know if I really care for her personality in a sense. But she did her one album. Oh,
She had an EP and she has an album.
an album.
Yeah.
So I listened to her EP. I thought it was really, really good. I haven't listened to all her album, but I like her music. I think her sound is nice, and so like she really is like only going up from here. So I think she's still creating her lane. So that's really good. I feel like people try to talk about her, but I'm like, at the end of the day, people have kids all the time. These men be having kids, and be saying nothing to her or to them. So that's a whole nother conversation. But I feel like they're really like out here creating their own lane in a sense. And it's like Black millennial women. And I think that
Mhm.
that's really great and inspiring to see. Like you can create your own lane. And Issa, honestly, don't even be on social media like that. Like that's where I'm trying to get to. Okay. Queen be on social media a lot, but that's what she does.
Right.
But Issa don't be on social media a lot. So it's like, let me get to that where I don't have to be on social media all day
I
long.
think that's that passive income. I think that's why she doesn't have to be so
I don't
present.
think she has passive income. Do you think so?
It could be I don't know. I don't know exactly how the movies and TV series
Well, the movie
payments work,
she gets paid.
but she might still like the fact that Insecure is on HBO. I don't know how that works
Hmm.
and if that's like a continuous thing or a one-time thing,
I guess it
but
depends on its syndication. So if they keep playing it, though, but if they don't keep playing it, they stop. She don't really get paid.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, well, just because I was listening to an episode.
I'm gonna look it up on Google after this.
Yeah, but it's the fact like, well, she don't really have to promote because she promoted, so her name is out there. So it's like your name is so big that you don't even really have to promote as much. Yeah, I don't think it's passive income. I don't really think it's passive income. I think it's the fact that she likes to be like private as well, because she didn't want to talk about getting married and stuff like that. So that's cool. Do you feel like as a woman content creator or anything, like you have to like overshare your life?
Whew, I have like gone back and forth with this so much. And I've even gotten comments recently where people are just like, okay, you don't share enough. Like you're supposed to be a content creator, but like you don't really post. We don't know what your daily life is like. And I had to kind of decide, okay, well, what is appropriate to share? Because I mean, what you do share, you give people the option to make opinions about
Mhm.
and to talk about, repost, whatever. So it's like you kind of have to be careful. But in the sense of relationships, I would just say if there's anything that's rocky and you're not 100% sure about this relationship, I really wouldn't put it out there. And I
People told
mean,
you that you don't share enough.
yeah, like I don't post enough and things like that.
What they
Um,
post on TikTok? They must don't follow you on TikTok. My girl be on.
Probably not.
Okay, my girl be on TikTok dancing. I be like, I wish I could just figure out how to do a dang TikTok dance. I be like, my girl,
Listen, when I come to
maybe
Atlanta,
I
we
must,
gonna dance.
maybe I must overshare because nobody tell me I don't share enough.
No, you're really consistent on social media. And so I definitely aspire to be like that. Just at least consistent. At least for now while I'm billing. And then, once you get to a certain point, like Issa, you don't have to post that much.
I feel like I'm more consistent on my stories. I'm trying to be consistent on my Instagram page, but it
Mhm.
don't work. Yeah, but I don't really think that I overshare too much. I feel like I got better with that because I came from the lane, so I don't think I overshared. I don't think it was that much because I was doing travel, so it's like all I'm focusing on travel. Now when I switch to the lifestyle, I do kind of share a lot of stuff, but I'm like, not everything can be content, but it's like, how do you want to share? What do you want to share? And I kind of share stuff like later, and
Like after the fact,
yeah,
you'll like recap.
yeah, like that's what I do. I don't share stuff like right when it happens and stuff like that. It kind of depends. Like I moved to Atlanta and people didn't really know unless you talked to me. You did not live in Atlanta until like 3 weeks later, or something like that. So I kind of share later. Even when I travel, I'm kind of doing more now when I travel. Like, okay, travel time, like I kind of share later. But I do share a lot. But I be like, my life is boring, so I don't really know how much
My
I'm
life is boring
sharing
too.
or unsharing. So yeah, it's like,
I think everybody life is boring.
yeah, it's like it's not that lit. I'm not over here going doing this boo boppy bopping, hopping and bopping all over here. Like I'm not doing all that. So, but that's why I kind of figure that it's kind of hard too, because it's like when you are that like mommy content creator or wife, like you can talk about relationships, you can talk about kids. You can me, I'm talking about I'm talking about money. I'm talking about how I need to save my money. Okay. I'm talking about where I want to travel next. So it kind of is like I do like travel, media, lifestyle kind of. So
Right.
I do live like this, like on the go type of lifestyle, but it's just really when I be on the go because the other time I be in my bed. So, um, yeah. So that's really what I think. I don't think I overshare. Um, really, I think I just really be myself, like on my stories and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what I think about. And so I would say that I think Queen Naja is more genuine, but Queen Naja came from YouTube. So she was oversharing a lot, but now I don't think she shares as much because she has a bigger platform. I don't really know if I really care for Issa Rae as much because she don't be sharing nothing. But like she be acting like people be in her business. So I just be like so confused. Like, okay, if you don't share, like don't post the picture. Like my thing is like she posts that she was married, but then she'll get mad if somebody asks her. Then don't post that you're married, you know? Like don't
Yeah.
post it. Like if you want to be so secretive, then just don't post.
It's
That's
clear that it was something that was sacred to her because she didn't share it until literally after she was married. So she was just kind of playing it smart, probably.
but I'm talking about
And
after.
people,
Then don't
so
post
after
it.
the fact,
Yeah, it's like after the fact people was asking her. They was like, "Oh, how was that wedding that you just like mysteriously had a picture with the man with the dress, because her caption was funny, which is cool." She's like, yeah, I'm like, girl, what? Like, I don't know. She don't give anything. I'm not trying to be like rude because it's Women's History Month, but I'm like, she don't give me anything to even want to be like more in her business, and that could be great. That could be what she wants to give off. I'm like, girl, you might as well not have no social media, or you might as well not even post anything. Like, if you want to be this private person, you don't even need social media at this point. Then like, don't post anything about it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I can see what you're saying. It could be a multitude of things. It could be her partner isn't a social media type, which I
And
can
I understand. I'm
understand
not
that.
trying to tell her to post. I'm just saying, like, you're getting upset because people are asking you about your
Right.
wedding that you just
And
got.
of course they will. I mean, that was a big announcement and it came
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it kind of came out of nowhere, but I already knew she was engaged. Like she talked about being engaged. People seen the rock, but she didn't say anything. So I'm like, if you don't want nobody to know that you're engaged, I don't know if you want to wear the rock or if you don't. And I'm not saying to put your relationship on blast. That's not what I'm saying. Keep whatever private. But I'm just like, people be like, Issa. I'm like, she don't even be giving that. Like, she don't be giving that to me. They be like, oh, let me go look at Issa's page. Let me go. I like her for her writing, and I like that she created her own lane. Like, I love that about her. She just wants you to see her art. That's cool. And so she
Mhm.
don't want you to really care about her life, and I understand that. So I'm like, well, then she just don't post nothing about her life. But I'm like, now, girl, you get married. Like people are really gonna ask you about that. So even
Right.
Lovey, I don't know. Do you know who Lovey is?
Lovey Lo.
Luvvie.
I've never heard of that person.
Oh, okay. Well, she's an author. She's a New York Times bestseller 2 times, I think. And so she never posted her man, but like when she got married, she was like, that was the most like she ever got on any picture because people do love, but she doesn't post him no more either. And she doesn't talk about him. So it's like, you could talk about your craft, you could talk about it like she does it. And you just ask, like, it's just like, it's just like a normal conversation. Like, oh, okay, like you married, like how long you been married? Okay, boom, on to the next question. That's how I feel about it. But she don't talk about her relationship at all. She talks about, um, like living life, being a troublemaker and stuff like that. You should look her up though. It's
I'm
Luv.
gonna look her up. And that's probably a boundary that she's placed for herself because,
Yeah.
like I said, the internet is ruthless. And so it's like, I don't know. I'm the type of person, if somebody says something about my man, like I'm gonna really want to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
So I
She told
understand she might just feel like this is a topic I don't want to talk about. Like, you know how some people feel like they're kids. Like, if you say something about my kids, like,
me.
that's a boundary. Or if you say
Yeah,
something about
people
my
really
mom, if I post my
forgive us. I'm
mom.
like, I don't know if I'm
So
supposed
for
to
her, it may be like, that's that line that she don't want anybody to cross. So to avoid crossing it, she just don't post him no more.
talk about love.
That's
Oh
crazy that
no.
was her most like picture.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like they don't care about your art; they just care about if you in love, something like that. No, she never posted him before, and she don't even really post him now. I think she posted their wedding pictures. But I'm saying like she's private, but I'm saying she'll still like answer your question or talk about it. It's like Issa like be like, "Girl, you in the woods? I don't know," but
She'd be like, what wedding?
literally, like, girl, you didn't just fly to France, huh? Okay. But yeah, so I mean, create your own lane and then be off the grid. I feel that one. But yeah, Levy's a good person. I don't know. You know Yvonne Orgy?
Oh yeah, she was on Insecure as well, right?
Yeah. She has
Mhm.
a book. I really want to read her book, Bamboozled by Jesus. She's funny. Um, and she lives like her life is cool. Like I would love to I like watching her Instagram videos and stuff like that. Like she's cool. She's someone that's like has her head on straight. She bought
Yeah.
a house, she wrote a book and all that stuff. Like she out here getting that coin. Now I don't know what she's doing now because insecure is over. I hope they all have jobs, but
She wrote a book.
yes, another stream of income.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's good. Yeah, so it's like there's really like a lot of successful black women out here. So if you aspire to be one, just be it, and just be fearless in what you do. Okay, we just named like 4 or 5 of them. Let us know who y'all like in the comments on Instagram. Let us know, or on YouTube if that's where you're watching this at. Let us know who the people that you aspire to be. Let us know. Let us know. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Those are those are just the main people.
I think the summary of these women that we talked about are just women that are unapologetically themselves. Like we talked about Queen, we talked about Jalisa, Issa, just women that are okay with like expressing themselves as they are, and then whoever flocks to their message and who they are is who sticks. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we can do nothing but appreciate that because in the age of like copycats and just all the instant baddies looking the same. They all wear the same dress and the same weave and the same makeup. And it's
The
like,
same fin- uh,
who's gonna be
the
bold
same
enough
savage.
to just be themselves?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's really important. And it's refreshing when you see someone that is being themselves because you're like, like finally something that doesn't look like everything else,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't talk like everything else. So I think the lesson really is just being apologetically yourself and whatever it is that you're doing.
which is so
as a
hard in the
woman.
world now too, because like everybody trying to do a hashtag, trying to get this, trying to get that. And I feel like me, I'm like, I don't know, I be like, I'm just posting this, doing this or whatever. Like I'm trying, but like it's like, okay, you gotta get the angle, you gotta get the filter, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's just it's so much to be like, oh, and it's like, okay, they gonna like whatever they like. And even social media can kind of like damper. That's why I posted something like, don't let social media like get too much of your insecurities, because it's like you do see people like dressed up nice and all this and that stuff, but it's like, what did they create to do that? What did they have to do that? They filtered and stuff like that. So I think that's also something too, as like how you talk about Queen Naija, like she's quirky, she's this, she does that.
Mhm.
Issa, she's literally not insecure, but she's not that she's insecure, but she's awkward. So that's what she did. She did a whole show about it. So it's like you being who you are. Yvonne is like naturally funny. Lovey, she gonna say what's on her mind. It's just like those are the people who, not you should be like them, but like if you want to like be in your speak your truth, be your own person, be around
Remember
people
those ladies.
doing that. Yes. Remember
Mhm.
those ladies, look them up and tell them Alicia sent you. And then I need to interview them. But yes, so that is what we have. And you have a words of affirmation, words of wisdom.
Yes. So to close us out, I wanted to share words of wisdom. Okay. This is actually by Melinda Gates, Bill Gates' wife. Okay.
Period.
A woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman. And I mean, what that quote means to me is, of course, there's been times in our history where we did not have a voice. We were not able to speak
Mm-hmm.
just about how we feel, and just using your voice can really make a change. And I'm really proud of how far we've come. I mean, just even you, Alicia, having this podcast, like you're using your voice to connect with people. And so I want to give you props as well for starting this space. So, what does that quote mean to you?
Yeah, I would say that I agree with you. Like using your voice is being strong, because sometimes we get like a negative connotation with like being a strong woman. People are like, be so strong, but honestly that's true. What it is, like, you have a voice, use it. Like God gave everybody a voice, whoever you believe in, but use it, like speak. And that is really one reason why I started this, because even growing up, like, in black households, like they like, you can't talk because you the kid. I don't like that. Like, no, I have a voice, I can speak. And so this podcast literally is my voice, my thoughts, what I'm speaking, how I feel about it. And so
Mhm.
I think that is really true. Like when you speak up for yourself, like you're strong, like you're able to do things. Now there's certain times you may not want to speak up for yourself, because there's times that I don't be speaking up for myself, but having a voice is important, and voicing how you feel. And that is one reason why I do the things that I do, and try to use the platforms that I do, because I feel like everybody has a voice and everybody needs to be heard. Everybody needs to, feel like they are not necessarily understood, but feel like they are heard. Or if they want to be
Mhm.
understood, they have the option to do it. And your voice is very, very powerful. You never know who you're going to reach, who you're going to teach, or who you're going to inspire. So I really like that quote.
I enjoyed this episode. This was really fun.
Oh yes, I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. I enjoyed it too. It was really fun recapping like who we like, who we listen to, and stuff like that. So if y'all like this, if y'all have any suggestions on women that we should, talk about, definitely DM us. We're gonna talk about like some women in the civil rights era. We're gonna talk about some women, more modern, like we did today. But we just really want to use this month to be able to, highlight women who are out there, and women who don't really always get the credit, or who are always like on the forefront. So yes, this was a great episode. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, rate. I guess I don't know what you're liking, but rate, review, and subscribe. Comment on Instagram, okay, or YouTube, wherever y'all watching this at. And see you all on the next episode.
See y'all next time.
Bye.